Welcome to the Newlywed Game, the game where couples who are almost but not quite married get to find out how well they really know each other. Now say hello to couple number 1, Sydney and Spunk. These punk pranksters met at a thrift store when Sydney helped himself to Spunk's mascara. It looked like a mugging, but to Sid and Spunk, those clinking change were the bells of true love. Now let's say hello to couple number 2, Suzanne Miller and Scott Knapp. Scott and Suzanne met over a fender bender one rainy day, and it was Suzanne's fault. She rear-ended Scott. Now here's couple number 3. Jeffrey Cook and Doug Davis met over 17 years ago. Doug was selling plumbing fixtures wholesale to Boeing, where Jeffrey worked as a quality assurance manager. Jeff liked Doug's flap valves and stem packing so much that 17 years later, they're still sharing the same drain waste vent system. And now, here's your host for the Newlywed Game, Bill.
Hey, hi, thank you. Thank you, Todd, and welcome to this special episode of Call Us Now, the Newlywed Game, where we went out to the city of Seattle and got 3 couples who are not married to vie for big, big prizes right here on the Newlywed Game show. Right now, I'd like to ask the ladies to leave to our soundproof booth so I can ask the gentlemen some questions. And while you're leaving, ladies, I'm going to explain our rules. We'll ask our celebrities questions. It's up to our contestants to figure out if they're giving a correct answer or making one up. That's how they get the square. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'll ask you questions, gentlemen. The ladies have to leave here. Thanks, Doug. Doug's going to take the part of the lady. I'll ask you questions, gentlemen. You're to answer them as you think your significant other will. Each question is worth 5 points. The couple with the most points at the end of the show will win a special prize selected especially for them. Gentlemen, here's your first question. She, and that refers to your significant other, she sure can't what, but makes up for it when she blanks. She sure can't what, but makes up for it when she blanks. Spunk, we'll go to you. Couple number 1. She sure can't what, but makes up for it when she blanks.
She sure can't do the dishes, but she makes up for it when she smokes.
She's quite a smoker then, huh? Sydney's quite a smoker.
Yeah.
Great, Spunk. Let's go to Scott there. She sure can't what, but makes up for it when she blanks.
She sure can't cook, but she makes up for it when she pays the bills.
She's the breadwinner, is she? She's the one that makes the money.
Yeah, she just pays the bills.
Okay. Jeff, I guess this would be for Doug.
Yeah.
I guess that would be he sure can't what, but makes up for it when he blanks.
Well, he can't pick up after himself. Bill.
Kind of a slob?
He's kind of a slob, yeah. He leaves his socks and everything just all over the place. He really is kind of a pig. But I guess he makes it with his kind of zany sense of humor.
His zany sense of humor. He makes up for it with his zany sense of humor. I noticed that about Doug. He seemed like quite a crazy guy. Okay, let's go to our second of 5-point bonus questions.
I like to change mine to zany sense of humor, the second one.
Zany sense of humor? I'm sorry, Spunk, but we got to take the first answer you give. We'll stick with smokes.
Yeah, that was my answer. That was my answer, Bill.
Yeah. It was a good answer.
It's not going to work if you all give the same answer.
Let's go to our second 5-point question. Gentlemen, her parents will never let you forget the time you what? Her parents will never let you forget the time you what? Let's go to couple number 2. Scott. Suzanne's parents. They'll never let you forget the time you what?
They threw up on the wedding cake at her cousin's.
It wasn't your own wedding.
No,
right?
no, no, no. I mean,
It's
we
your
haven't
cousins.
been married. It was her cousins.
Okay. Are you two talking about marriage at all? Is that in the future for you two?
Well, we keep talking about that wedding there.
Well, maybe we'll ask
Not our own. Right?
Suzanne a little bit about that when she comes back out. Doug, or Jeff, I'm sorry. Doug's parents will never let you forget the time you what?
Oh, there was one just a disastrous Sunday dinner. I ran over their dog and killed it, and the grandmother was very attached to the dog, and she had a heart attack and died. It really did cast a pall over the Sunday dinner. I guess they really haven't been too keen on me since then. So it'll be the dog and the grandmother, I think.
The dog grandmother ordeal.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Spunk, what would you say that Sydney's parents will never let you forget? Something you did.
The only thing I can remember is that came in and had a little of the cat food that they had left out, and they just had this big thing about it. It's really nutritious, though. So.
Okay. Tell you what, I want to announce at this time that in our next round, we're going to let you, the viewing audience, phone in and ask a couple questions for the ladies to answer. So phone in 522-3564 is our number. I'll just announce that one time so we just don't flood our phone lines. So give us a call with your questions that we can ask the ladies. And at this time, why don't we have the ladies come back in and see how they answered the two 5-point bonus questions. Come on in, ladies. Welcome back. And
I'm not a lady.
And Doug, you're kind of playing the ladies' part today, though.
You're just playing the ladies' part.
Just
Thank you.
lady. Just playing it, not real. Okay, ladies and Doug, we asked the gentlemen 2 questions, and I want you. They answered them how they thought you would answer them, so keep that in mind. And let's start off down at the end with couple number 1, Spunk and Sydney. Here's the first question that we asked Spunk. She sure can't what, but makes up for it when she blanks. She sure can't what, but makes up for it when she blanks. How do you think he answered, Sydney?
She sure can't dance, but she makes up for it when I drive.
I think that's what I said, yeah.
Why don't you hold up your card, Spunk. No, she sure can't do the dishes, but makes up for it when she smokes. And wait a minute. Spunk, could you hold up your card again? There. That kind of looks like you're making fun of your show host there. I think that's worth -5 points. Let's go on to our second couple, Scott and Suzanne. She sure can what, but makes up for it when she blanks.
I can't cook. I'm a terrible cook. And I make up for it. I make up for it by vacuuming.
No!
What was it?
He said, you can't cook, but make up for it when you pay the bills.
You
usually do.
Yeah.
always.
Fortunately, we don't give points for half answers there, but that was darn close. So we'll go on to couple number 3, Jeff and Doug. Doug, how do you think Jeff completed that question? He sure can't what, but makes up for it when he blanks.
I sure can't water ski, but I make up for it by being really a good wholesale plumbing salesman.
Well, that's true, but
hold up your card there.
You sure can't pick up after yourself.
I pick up.
Once in a blue moon you pick
He
up.
says you're a slob. He says you're a slob.
You
Slob,
leave
Doug.
socks and underwear and
I'm not a slob.
So it's me who does the dishes. I go in the kitchen in the morning and
I'm not
well,
a slob.
I'm sorry, you're not a slob.
I'm not a slob.
That was his word. It wasn't mine. Doug, I didn't say that.
Zany
But
sense
zany
of
sense of humor, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
which
you.
is quite evident tonight, I might say.
I have a
point out.
zany sense of humor.
So do I. I'm really funny.
Yeah.
That was our answer, though. We said that.
Yeah, let's move on to our second question. Ladies, I asked your significant others this question. Her parents will never let me forget the time I... What? Her parents will never let me forget the time I what? Let's go to Suzanne.
Okay.
How do you think Scott answered that?
It was my parents will never forget the time.
Let him forget the time that he what?
He threw up once at my cousin's wedding on the banquet table.
Oh. Scott, let's see.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll give it to you. Hold up your card.
Still.
He threw up on the cake, which we're assuming the cake was on the banquet table.
They're still really mad about that.
Did they eat it?
It
Did
was
anybody eat it?
embarrassing.
It was
Did
the
they eat it?
clam
Did they
dip.
go ahead and eat it?
No, they didn't. No. It had been cut into and stuff. It was later on during the reception.
They ate it then, you mean?
Huh?
They ate it then at the reception?
No, they had already. It was just the remainder of it. Oh, it's embarrassing.
Jeff and Doug, we're going to you now. Doug, how do you think Jeff answered that? Your parents will never let Jeff forget the time. You what?
Well, it's still kind of painful. I invited Jeff over for a family kind of thing, a holiday thing for dinner to meet the family, and my grandmother was out in the driveway. She just parked her car, and he ran her over and killed her, and then the dog was so distraught that it had a heart attack and died.
That's not the way it happened.
Of course it is.
No, it isn't. It isn't, Doug.
No. He ran my grandmother over. You think I'd forget that?
I wrote dog and grandmother.
Well, then you admit it,
had the
see?
story.
Yeah, I mean, they both ended up dead.
Dog
that's
had a
for
heart
sure.
attack, and you crushed. I mean, she was a mess. My grandmother was all over the driveway. It was
Judges, should we, what do you think? No, we can't give it. The story's in reverse.
The way I remember it, I ran over the dog.
You're
Let's
blocking.
go to Spunk and Sydney
You're
down
blocking.
here.
You're
Couple
putting out.
number
You
one.
killed my grandmother.
Sydney?
I'm sorry.
Sydney, hi.
Come on this show.
Hi. Your parents will never let Spunk forget the time he what?
We were at my parents' house and they came in while he was tattooing my butt.
Kind of what kind of a tattoo?
Said, I love you. Love Spunk.
Well,
You want to see?
Spunk.
Yes.
Doug, now maybe we better not do that at this time.
He did a really good job. He used a razor blade.
Oh.
I think we'll definitely pass. And Spunk, why don't you go ahead and hold up your card? He didn't quite answer
That's what
that
I
way.
said.
Oh, you
It isn't what he said,
Yeah,
Bill.
but it's not what he said. Spunk,
No, it's
you
not-
got to hold up your
it's not what
card.
he
That's part of the rules. You ate the cat food. I remember that you ate the cat
That's a
food.
swastika.
You ate the cat food.
I didn't tell anybody.
No, it's not that.
Okay, so right now Scott and Suzanne are in the lead with 5 points. Doug and Jeff right there with the big goose egg, and Spunk and Sydney have -5 points because of their artwork. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to leave now, and I'm going to ask the ladies a few questions. And while they're leaving, Todd is going to tell you what you can win today.
That's right, Bill. Our runners-up on the Nearly Wed Game will receive as parting gifts the Black & Decker Workmate, a lovely set of bone china, and the Amana microwave oven. And for our winning contestants, you win a year's supply of chapstick. It reduces drying and cracking of parched lips and keeps them kissing smooth. You'll also win a 5-place setting of genuine artificial imitation simulated plastic replicas of U.S. Army flatware. If it were any more phony, it would be make-believe. But that's not all. You'll also win a can of Spam, an oven mitt made of 30% polyester and 70% nylon. And as our grand prize winners, you'll be whisked away in a chauffeur-driven luxury coach valued at over $100,000 to the Seattle waterfront to view a breathtaking sunrise. You'll be in awe of the wide range of Northwest colors as the sky turns from dark gray to light gray, courtesy of Seattle's Metro. That's it, Bill.
All right, thank you, Todd. Beautiful gifts. Ladies, you're to answer these questions as you think your significant other would answer them.
Ladies and Doug.
And Doug. Doug, you're kind of playing the ladies' role. I guess you and Jeff kind of decided that. So if I say ladies, it's referring to you, too. We're going to take our first question from a viewer, so listen carefully. Hi, viewer, you have a question to ask our ladies.
Hello?
Hi, go right ahead.
I can't hear you very well.
Well, go ahead and ask your question anyway.
Okay. Bill?
Yes.
My question for the ladies and for the fella too is
Thank you.
he feels closest to me, or let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Ladies and fella, he feels closest to you when he is eating your...
He feels closest to you when he's eating your what? Let's go down to Sydney down at the end there. And how would you answer that? He feels closest to you when he's eating your what?
Socks.
Your socks. When he's eating he eats your socks often, does he?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Sid. Suzanne, when do you think he's closest to you? When he's eating your what?
He feels closest to me when he's eating my spaghetti.
Spaghetti,
It's the only thing that I can cook, but he likes it a lot.
Gross.
I eat it. I mean, I make it all the time.
You're a good cook, are you?
No, not really. But my spaghetti is very good. It's my mother's recipe. It's the one thing I learned to do really well.
And Doug?
Jeff has a lot of really bad habits that I really don't like, and one of them is in the morning. I always get up before he does, and I always have Rice Krispies every morning, Rice Krispies, and I'll leave the bowl with some of the milk and a few Rice Krispies left floating around, either in the sink or on the table, depending on how much of a hurry I'm in, and he'll come in and eat it. He'll eat the rest, and it's really disgusting.
So leftover Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
Okay. Your second question, these are all worth 10 points, by the way. Second question is, from the noises he makes during whoopee, he should be put in a zoo in the what cage? From the noises he makes when he makes whoopee, he should be put in a zoo in the what cage? Let's go, first of all, to Suzanne. Now, what kind of animal noises does Scott make when he's making whoopee?
Well, he doesn't make any noise at all. He's just quiet. We live in an apartment.
So what kind of animal would that be?
The snake pin, maybe.
The snake glassed enclosed cage.
So he'd be in the snake cage.
The snake cage.
Doug, when Jeff makes whoopee, what kind of animal sound does he make?
The viewers might find this hard to believe because of his face, but he actually goes out on a lot of dates and brings a lot of women to our house, and our bedrooms are just a wall dividing it, and when he's making whoopee, he goes and it's I can hear it right through the wall. It's really irritating, and so I don't like it. I hate it. It's 17 years of.
So what is that sound exactly? What kind of a cage would we put him in at the zoo?
It'd be one of the open bird cages where people could throw stuff in, and like if somebody threw the tab off the top of a pop can and the bird was choking to death, it'd make that kind of noise.
We'll say bird then.
Yeah,
bird cage. Okay.
Bird cage, yeah.
And Sydney, what kind of an animal cage would we put Spunk in?
When you say making whoopee, do you mean engaging in sexual intercourse?
I mean making whoopee. That's what I mean.
Making whoopee?
Whoopee.
Well, Spunk, every time we do it, he makes a different noise. It depends on where we are, because whenever we do it, we go to different places because we really don't have a place to live, so we're always someplace different. So I'd like to say...
The bird cage, because of the different bird noises.
Or maybe a chameleon.
Well,
I'm not supposed to say answers. I'm sorry.
I'd just like to say the whole jungle. The whole jungle is where Spunk should be.
The whole darn jungle.
Because, yeah.
Okay.
That's not really a cage, though.
That's okay. The way they're going, it's not going to make any difference anyway. Second, or actually this is the third question, third of the 10-point questions. Ladies, what breakfast cereal best describes your relationship? Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, or All Bran? What cereal best describes your relationship? Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, or All Bran? We'll go to Doug. How would you describe your relationship?
Well, I think if he looks up to me as kind of a father figure because I'm a lot more mature than he is. He's basically really immature. I didn't realize that 17 years ago, but I do now. He's a spoiled little baby. And so because of that, the most juvenile cereal you've listed, Bill, is Frosted Flakes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he'd eat because he doesn't care about anything other than acting like a kid.
Would have thought Fruit Loops, but Sydney, what breakfast cereal best describes your relationship from that list I just gave?
We don't eat cereal.
You can kind of play along if you want, though. I mean, you can just pick one of those. Just kind of for the fun. It's a game here. We're playing a game.
The last one.
Last one. All Bran. Okay, and couple number 2. Suzanne, how do you think Scott will answer that? How would he describe your relationship?
He would say Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops also.
Because he's really sweet.
Okay. Let's go to the phones now for the big 25-point bonus question, which could decide it all. We've got a caller on the line with our big bonus question. Hi.
Hi.
What's your question?
My question is, I want to know where you made love in the silliest place you ever made love. And I got to say one thing, that woman on the right is definitely the ugliest woman I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, let's see, that would be...
That's the woman on the right. I'm a man. That's the woman on the right. You going to take that from him?
Doesn't matter.
So let me rephrase that for our caller. Where's the silliest place you ever made whoopee? This is a big 25-point bonus question. The silliest place you ever made whoopee. Let's go down the end with Sydney.
The silliest place that we ever did it was in your face.
In your face. Okay. Suzanne.
Oh, that is tough. The silliest place. I think the silliest place, as far as sort of spontaneous and stuff, would be my mother's daybed. They weren't home or anything, but they have a daybed in the family room downstairs. And one afternoon we made love there.
We'll have to hear a little bit more about that, Miss Scott. That's a silly, wacky place. And Doug?
We've never done it, but can I answer it maybe a little different, on like where each of us has done it with a woman?
Place?
The silliest place?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe the silliest place he has ever made whoopee. I guess that's the question.
Oh, okay, well, it was in my room, but it wasn't with me.
Okay, in your room. I think we'll ask Jeff to kind of clarify that a little bit. And gentlemen, why don't we bring the men back in from the soundproof booth and bring them on out and see how they answer the questions. We got 3 10-point questions, gentlemen, and then the big 25-point bonus question. The winner will win that marvelous cruise to the Seattle waterfront. Let's move right along, shall we? The first question, this came from a viewer, was, he feels closest to you when he's eating your what? He feels closest to you when he's eating your what? Let's start down at the end with Spunk.
When I'm eating her socks.
When?
Socks.
He's eating your socks. That's correct. For 5 points, that brings you up to 0 from -5. Couple number 2. Scott and Suzanne, when do you feel closest, or when do you feel closest to Suzanne? When you're eating her
meatloaf.
Her meatloaf. Oh.
Scotty!
No.
I said spaghetti!
Oh, it's the only thing you
Good.
make that doesn't suck. Okay.
You like my spaghetti!
Couple number 3, Doug and Jeff.
Right.
Doug.
I like my spaghetti.
Or Jeff, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How did Doug answer that?
Oh, that's easy. He never makes anything. He never cooks anything. Do I have to say something?
You have to say something.
Once he sometimes makes popcorn. That's it. He makes pop. We're watching a movie, and he makes a bowl of popcorn, and that's the only thing of his that I eat.
You feel closest to when you're eating his popcorn.
Yeah.
He said.
You eat the rancid, leftover, putrid Rice Krispies that are in the bowl in the morning after I leave.
Our next question, couples.
Sorry.
Is from the noises he makes during whoopee.
Don't like the waste.
He should be put in the zoo.
Sick.
In the what cage?
Mustache
From the noises you make when you make whoopee, you should be put in what cage at the zoo? Scott.
Well, actually, I'm pretty quiet. So, I'll say the reptile house.
Yes!
Reptile house. Okay, the snake cage, we'll give it to him. Snake, reptile, that's where they are. For 10 points, that brings you up to 15. Doug and Jeff, let's go to you, Jeff. What kind of animal noises do you make?
Okay, well, of course, we don't make love together, but I do occasionally have friends over for the night.
Oink.
And our bedrooms are adjacent, so
Get
Doug
on
would
with
know.
it.
Yeah, okay. I would say perhaps just a magnificent Bengal tiger, lithe, muscular, and powerful.
I don't think he answered it quite that way.
No?
Doug?
That noise that I've talked to you about, that
I've tried to do something about
hear
it.
through the whole house.
Doug, go ahead. A
And it's-
bird with one of those
being a bird house. That
things in your
noise.
your throat. Yeah. Spunk.
You mean like when we're bumping our uglies?
Yeah. That whoopee kind of thing. Yeah. Hey, you can't show your card before he answers. I
think it's the men's room. The men's room.
the men's room.
I said the whole jungle.
The jungle.
Spunk.
That doesn't include the men's room though, so we can't give you any points for that. This third of the 10-point questions we'll have to move through quickly because we're running short on time. The question is, what breakfast cereal best describes your relationship? Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, or All Bran? Let's start here at the end, Jeff. What breakfast cereal best describes your relationship? Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms, or All Bran?
The last one, All Bran.
All Bran.
Yep.
What did we talk about last night?
Ted Bundy.
What an immature little shit you are. What an immature little shit you are.
Can we answer?
Immature little
Flakes.
shits
Let's
eat
go
frosted.
down.
We don't
Flakes.
eat breakfast.
You don't eat breakfast, so
But I did say the third one. You said the third
The
one.
third one. Third one.
you know you can't answer for him.
Can
No,
Scott
we
answer?
can't. We can't give you any points for that.
Can Scott answer?
Scott can answer now.
Fruit Loop.
Now, and why would that be, Scott? Why
Can we
Fruit
just
Loops?
get on?
Why Fruit Loops?
Well, I'm just a colorful guy and sweet.
Sweet. For 10 points, that gives you 25. Last question, our 25-point bonus question. What's the silliest place you ever made whoopee? This is to the gentleman. What's the silliest place you ever made whoopee? Let's start at the far end with Spunk and Sydney. You have no points at this point. You started with -5, came up to 0 for 25 points and the lead, or tied for the lead. Where's the silliest place you ever made whoopee?
On the set of the Captain Kangaroo show.
I didn't think that was very silly.
Sydney said in your face.
Your face.
Scott, silliest place you ever made whoopee?
Just in the bedroom at home.
In the bedroom at home. She said at your in the daybed. Daybed. So you got 25 points.
Scotty, the daybed.
Don't you remember?
That would have to be standing up by the waste disposal.
Standing up by the no.
When you're refinishing the floors and you got stuck in my room with your little oinky helper.
Yeah, but it's not silly. He said silly. He said
Well,
the silliest
silliest
place.
place. So let's see.
situation
Spunk
you
and
got
Sydney
into.
have no
Don't
points.
disagree
Jeff
with
and
me.
Doug have no points.
Don't disagree
Scott
with
and
me on
Suzanne, you're
national
our
television.
grand prize winner with 25 points.
He was bullying me. You know, even on TV, you're still bullying me
Well, look,
all the time.
You
We're coming here for a
put on these
game
things.
show.
You come on here and
The
you
Nearly
see
Wed
all
Game
these
is
dumb
selected
things
at
and make
random
fun
from
of
Doing
close
best
friends of the
we can.
producers. Good night, and may all your relationships be newlywed.
It used to be this way. I don't know what's got into you.
17 years I
We'll get that.
17 years.
Yeah.